All right, so all of that is like understanding to actually be able to answer those methods levels questions. These are straight from that Year 11 book, and you can practice with those. Why do I use these special angles? Because they're used when finding the exact values of answers. Before, when I was away, you used a calculator and you got rounded to a couple of decimal points. But now that you know things have to do with 1 on root 2, or root 3 on, what was it? Root 3 on 2, or a half, those are exact because I've rounded it all, okay? So for example, find the exact values of sine 4 pi on 3, cos of 4 pi on 3, tan 4 pi on 3. What is this angle being measured in, radians or degrees?
Radians.
It's in radians. I highly suggest when you're dealing with a unit circle, if you're not good at visualizing, draw it real quick. So what am I talking about here? This is the unit circle, 4 pi on 3. So it's weird because we've only dealt with pi on 6s and pi on 4s, right? But let's deal with pi on 6. This is 1 pi on 6, 2 pi on 6, 3 pi on 6, 4 pi on 6, 5 pi on 6, 6 pi on 6, 7 pi on 6, 8 pi on 6. So this would be pi on 3. Yes?
And it's not 8 pi on 6 at the bottom there, it's 9 pi on 6.
9 pi on 6, my bad. 9 pi on 6. Pi on 3, 2 pi on 3. What's this one?
3 pi on 3.
3 pi on 3, which cancels to 1 pi, which makes sense. What about this one here?
4 pi on 3. Which
So
is
4 pi on 3 is down there, okay? Is this a multiple of 45 degrees or 30 degrees?
30.
It's a multiple of 30 degrees. So how far left or right has it gone? Which direction has it gone?
It's gone
Negative.
negative
How far?
a half.
A half. 1/2. Negative. And has it gone up or has it gone down?
Down.
Down by how much?
Root 3 on
Minus root
2.
3 on 2. So we can answer these questions now. Sine of 4 pi on 3. What is the sine of an angle? How far up or down it's gone? It's gone down by how much? Negative?
root 3 on 2.
Is negative root 3 on 2. What's the cosine of it? Cosine of 4 pi on 3. The cosine of an angle is how far it's gone across. It's gone to the left, so it's gone negative. Negative how much?
A half.
A half. Tan of 4 pi on 3. You had a little identity from last week. What is the identity? Tan theta is equal to something theta.
Sine theta over cos theta.
Good. Cos theta. We just worked out what sine theta and cos theta were. So tan theta is going to be negative root 3 on 2, and a big divide line over negative 1/2. What is the same as dividing by a fraction, timesing by the reciprocal? So that's the same as negative root 3 on 2 times by negative 2 on 1. What's a negative times by a negative? 2 root 3, 2 times by 1.
2.
I haven't finished yet. I'd lose a mark here because that could cancel down further. What's 2 divided by 2?
1.
So what's going to be left over?
Root 3.
See how, or what did we do this year after indices? Cert? See how that's all come back? This one, this looks more like a, remember the time I started chucking all that algebra of logs into you? Suddenly this. Why did I go through all that theory about how the unit circle works? Because now you can see what this is all about, okay? Because do I understand what 1 pi on 6, 2 pi on 6, this is pi on 3?
Yeah.
There. 5 pi on 6, so 4 pi on 6, 5 pi on 6 is here. And these, the sine and cosine relate to how far up or down you've gone and how far right or left you've gone. So I can rewrite this. I want to show that this weird thing involving radians and stuff is equal to negative 6. So 8, what is the sine of pi on 3? Pi on 3 is here. Is pi on 3 a multiple of 30 degrees?
Yes.
It's 60 degrees. So has it gone up by a half or has it gone up by root 3 on 2?
Root 3 on 2.
So this I can rewrite as root 3 on 2. Because the sine of pi on 3 is it's gone up by root 3 on 2. Times by, because what's the sign when I don't write it in algebra? Multiplication. Cosine is how far left and right I've gone. So 5 pi on 6 is the longer one. And he's gone left, so is it negative?
Mm-hmm.
Negative what?
Negative root 3 over 2.
On 2. I don't know what it equals, but if it equals negative 6, then I've proven my argument. Okay? So 8, I'm going to leave the 8 alone. Oh, no, actually, no, I can deal with 8 now.
Negative 6.
What's 8? 8 root 3 on 2 times by negative root 3 on 2. All I did was bring 8 into this. Does that 8 divided by 2 cancel at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes 4 root 3 times by negative root 3 on 2. What's a positive times by a negative?
Negative.
Negative. What does root 3 times by root 3 give you?
3.
3. What's negative 3 times by 4? Negative 12 on 2. And what's negative 12 divided by 2?
Negative 6.
Prove. He's dabbing still. No, now it's on YouTube. Alright? Any questions about that? It's going to be on there forever.
Uh-oh.
There's so many likes.
Oh, no.
Alright, I'll finish that video.
Most viewed video.